Hello everyone and welcome back into another video. Today we are once again in Warframe for another weapon showcase, and this time we have the Prisma Angstrum. The weapon is a rocket launcher and it only has 3 rounds in the magazine. You can hold the fire to release all the shots at once, or you can just spam them one by one, your choice. And this weapon does have an Incarnon evolution, so it does become very powerful and it does work in end game content. And with that, let's jump into the build. Okay, let's start with the actual Incarnon evolutions, so we get that out of the way. And of course the first one is going to unlock the transmutation. You charge the meter under your crosshair by just shooting enemies in the face with your normal fire, and then you transmute the weapon by clicking the Alt Fire button. And the weapon becomes an automatic pistol that fires fireball that will just ricochet and track targets and deal a ton of damage. For the second evolution, we can either go for 75 more base damage, and then when your energy is over 700, you gain 0.5% more critical damage multiplier. Or we can go with 50 more damage, and with overshields we gain an additional 50 more damage. I choose Paladin Virtue because it already has a higher base value of 75 instead of 50, and having 700 energy on your Warframe isn't exactly that hard anymore, so it's a lot easier to obtain this buff than having overshields. But of course, if you're building into like shield gatings or other stuff like that, use this one. The third evolution is going to be reload speed. This does affect the speed at which the weapon transforms into the Incarnon form, so it is quite nice. And having reload speed on this weapon that is going to reload a lot because we only have 3 bullets is not that bad. You can also choose 30% more projectile speed or increase your ammo capacity by 9, although this one is probably the worst one, so do not ever go for this one. Either choose reload speed or projectile speed depending on your preferences. And finally we have evolution 4, where we can choose between more critical stats, crit chance and status chance, which is not good, it's actually quite bad, so never choose this one. Or we can choose Fatal Affliction, which increases direct damage per status type, affecting the target by 40%. This is quite powerful, although we already have the Galvanize mod, and we do need those base crit chance and crit damage multipliers to be higher than what they are right now, so going for critical parallel is probably the best choice. And the build I'm using is something like this. We have Blast, Viral and Heat on the weapon. The radial attack is the damage of the actual explosion. It only has 3.6 meters of range, so it's not huge, but it's enough to hit a lot of enemies. And then the Incarnon form only has Viral and Heat. There is no blast involved in there, so it's only going to apply those 2 status effects, which are quite nice, and we can see that our stats are quite high. We have over 100% crit chance, 6.1 critical multiplier, which is amazing, and the status is 60%, which is very solid. To achieve these stats, I am using Galvanized Diffusion and Little Torrent for more multi-shot and more fire rate, Prime Pistol Gambit and Prime Target Cracker for more crit chance and more crit damage, Frostbite and Pistol Pestilence for viral and a lot of status chance, Galvanized Shot, which is the mod I was talking about, that increases your status chance and increases direct damage by 40% per status type, affecting the target for 14 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. And last but not least, we have Prime Hit Charge to increase our hit damage by a lot and making it our highest priority status, which means we will usually apply hit instead of viral, and that is what we want. And then I'm using Steady Hands because the Incarnon form does have quite a lot of recoil, so this does fix that problem. The arcane of choice is going to be Cascadia Flare. This is usually the best choice for weapons that have heat on them, although some people prefer Secondary Merciless, which also increases your reload speed, but we already have reload speed from one of the Incarnon evolutions, so we don't exactly need it, and we can go for more damage. Okay, that was a pretty easy and fast explanation, because the weapon is very easy to understand and the build is very simple. It's nothing amazing, it's just a normal build. Then we can start shooting enemies to charge our Incarnon meter, which is the thing you see under my crosshairs. Then press Alt Fire to enter the Incarnon mode, and then we just start blasting. And at first it will take a little bit to ramp up Cascadia Flare, but then, yeah, all the enemies do just disappear. And these were 20 heavy gunners, level 225 with steel pad modifiers. And even the primary fire isn't that bad. We stack Cascadia Flare, we can swap to the primary fire, and it does deal an okay amount of damage. So if you wanna use that, you can, but yeah, the Incarnon form is just much better and saves you a lot of ammo. The weapon itself does have quite a lot of upfront damage, and stacking up all the buffs we have, we can basically get rid of everything in seconds, and that is a thing I do like a lot. We can also jump in the air and spread our bullets a bit more, and, well, use those 3.6 meters of radius that the explosion has to actually deal some real damage. But yeah, usually it takes only 1 to 2 shots to charge your Incarnon meter, which makes this weapon quite nice. And ramping up Cascade Flare literally takes a few seconds, so the weapon becomes a monster right away when you start the mission. Now, I do have a Raven that is definitely better than Prime Target Cracker, so if you do have a Raven, it's actually worth using them because the disposition is 4 out of 5, which means they are indeed very good, and I'm pretty sure Ravens for this weapon aren't that expensive, so if you really like the weapon, go get a Raven, roll it a little bit and see if you can get some nice stats, and yeah, have fun with it. But yeah, just for the sake of showcasing the Raven, these are the stats with the Raven. And these are the stats before the Raven, so the green ones with the Raven and the normal ones without the Raven. I had to sacrifice steady hands, so the weapon will have a bit more recoil, but yeah, the damage is gonna be interesting, and we already have a lot less zoom, which makes the weapon kind of fun. And of course, we are, applying a lot more statuses, which means the weapon will deal a lot more damage. And it also has more crit damage, which... yeah, it's just a monster now. Alright, that was pretty much the weapon. As always, I am not using any additional Warframe buffs or pets or anything because I just want to showcase the weapon. Of course, you can make it 10 times better by using abilities and a companion that can increase your damage by a lot. But yeah, that is pretty much the Prisma Angstrum. It's a very strong weapon and you can easily obtain this bad boy either from Barrow or you can buy it from other players, which makes it quite a lot easier to get. But yeah, that will cost you a bunch of platinums, so you do you. Anyways, I'll leave you guys to the showcase so you can see the weapon in an actual real scenario and how it performs in there. Have a great rest of the day and bye-bye.
They say that love is blind, but I never trusted sight. When I turn and look inside, there's nothing I can't find. In the silence of the night, when my demons come alive, I hear a voice disguised, telling me we're not alright. You're always on my mind. On my mind. You're always on my mind. On my mind. One taste, you can't get enough. One kiss, you feel my love. One taste, you can't get enough. One touch, you feel my love. One taste, you can't get enough. One kiss, you feel my love. One taste, you can't get enough. One touch, you feel my love. They say that love is blind, but I never trusted sight. When I turn and look inside, there's nothing I can't find. In the silence of the night, when my demons come alive, I hear a voice disguised.